Hey everybody, Jonathan Mayer here, and I'm back with another unboxing. This time, we've got our All Elite crate. This All Elite crate is a quarterly crate, so we get it 4 times a year, put out by our friends, at Shop AEW and Pro Wrestling Tees. Pro Wrestling Tees also puts out the Pro Wrestling crates, which are monthly. I do those unboxings as well. So if you've watched any of my videos of those Pro Wrestling crates, thank you. Thanks for coming back and watching this one. If this is the first one of my videos you've ever watched, thanks for finding me. I'd love if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and threw a like on this video. Helps the algorithms, they say. So let's go ahead and crack into this here, and I'll pull back the curtain a little bit. I listen to a lot of podcasts, as we probably all do, and we've probably heard an episode before where they say, dang, I got 30 minutes into that episode and didn't realize I was recording. So then they have to go back over it and they're not sure, what they said and what they haven't said. Well, that's happened to me this time. So I got through about the whole video. I know it was recording initially, but it cut off about halfway through. So I just want to tell you that, full disclosure, so I don't, my surprises or my reactions may not seem as legit as they sometimes are. That's because I've already seen what's in here, but you probably haven't, and I'm going to share them with you. Let's go ahead and go over the concept of this box, what we expect, and then we're going to crack this open, and I'm going to be really surprised with everything that's in here because I haven't seen it before. No, I've seen it, and there's some cool stuff in here. I'm ready to share it with you. But in this crate, similar to our Pro Wrestling crate, we have an idea of the type of items we're going to get, and they give us an idea of what wrestlers are going to make up those items, to help sell it. But you don't know what's what, and that's what makes it a mystery. That's what makes it fun. Hopefully that's what makes watching these videos fun. You don't know what you're going to get. So this quarter, the people that are going to make up the crate are going to be the following. We're going to get something from the Young Bucks, FTR, Samoa Joe, Abaddon, the Jericho Appreciation Society, Kenny Omega, Hook, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Hangman Adam Page. So we've got a lot of wrestlers there that are going to make up these items. We're going to get probably 2 t-shirts. We know we're going to get 2 t-shirts. We know we're going to get a micro brawler. We know we're going to get a lapel pin, and we know we're going to get signed by 8x10. You're always going to get those in both the Pro Wrestling crate and in these All Elite crates until the format changes. And then usually the other things, you don't know exactly what type of items they're going to be. One common thing with these All Elite crates is we did get a poster with all 4 of them last year, and I love those posters. I've got one hanging up right over here on the wall, and I've got the others out in the garage. So maybe we'll have a poster in here. I don't know. Let's go ahead and crack her open here so I can share with you what we're going to get. So I will go through the motions here as if I'm cracking the tape. Usually I've already pre-sliced it anyway. But let's see what we got here. So when you open this up, the first thing that you see is that card that I just went over. And one side of it is going to tell you what's in this box. I didn't look at that actually, so I don't know the names of some of these items, but it names the items and maybe gives you a little information on them. So it's good to look at the end. But you don't want to look at that at first, or you're going to know everything that's in the crate already. So the first thing that we've got here is a shirt. I observed that that this is black and the other shirt is black. Very common, with wrestling shirts, and I like it. Although this Kenny Omega one we got last month, it's a nice navy blue. So here, this black t-shirt that we got is Samoa Joe. Kind of a basic or plain look, I guess you could say, just being black and white. But I think that's great for Samoa Joe. He's kind of a no frills guy. He's just there to kick butt. So that is very cool. As you see in the very bottom there, if you can make that out, there's an AEW logo. So these are official AEW shirts. And then in between our 2 shirts, we have a couple items here. And now I do know what this is for now, but I was kind of curious. I got this pin that says Micro Brawlers on it. I love Micro Brawlers. I've got lots of them up here. Not all of them, but lots of them. But we have a pen, and I opened it up. It's a very fine tip black marker. So I thought that was cool. I like anything that says Micro Brawlers on it. We got a sticker that said Micro Brawlers. I have it, on my bulletin board at work. But we have a pin here. Put a pin in that, if you will. Next up, in between our shirts here, we have a patch. We've gotten a few patches before. I've never put them on anything, but I've displayed them. I have a Dark Order and an Evil Uno patch kind of over on my desk set up. Here with very nice shiny gold, we have the Jericho Appreciation Society. The sports entertainers, as they say. So that's cool looking. A nice, big, substantial patch. Next up, we have another shirt. It is black, like I said, very soft. Pro wrestling tees. They're the kings of soft style. And I really like this shirt. So it kind of looks like when you're in class and, you're doodling on your paper there, not necessarily paying attention to the teacher. I know, we've probably all been guilty of that. We have the Young Bucks with like a bunch of different little doodles and things on there, with their logos and things. There's a heart that says YB plus KO, Kenny Omega. So that's really cool. I really like that Young Bucks shirt. Again, it's got our official AEW logo there at the bottom. Okay, now next up, and this is the same way I did it in that first go around that you didn't see. We are still recording, good thing. We have our micro brawler. Now, as soon as I saw it, things started to click in my head. Oh yeah, that's why we got the marker. So we have an AEW micro brawler of Sammy Guevara with a blank sign there. And you can see it actually says, make your own sign edition. That's cool. I work for a sign company, so that's kind of cool. Not this type of sign, but Sammy always has those signs like when they're going to pay-per-view. He's got the one with his figure that's up on my shelf here that says hit me up. But he would always say different things on here. So you can use that marker and write something on the sign. Now, I don't know if you could then, erase it off there and put something else on there. We'll open this up towards the end, but I don't know if I'm going to write anything on there yet. May have to think that one over. Okay, next up, we have, this is one of those kind of throw-in items that I said. We knew we were going to get an item from Hook. That's Taz's son. Everybody seems to like Hook. I like Hook. He's always eating a bag of chips, it seems. Danhausen sold a bag of his chips on Whatnot for like $100. But courtesy of Hook, we have a chip clip. We've all got a bunch of these chip clips. And we can always use one more because they break from time to time, we know. So I'll throw that in the pantry. That's neat. Okay, next up here, we have our lapel pin. I like to point out on the back that it's a two-backer, so it's a substantial pin. We've got a 7-star FTR pin. So it's got the 7 stars around it, kind of their retro logo there, kind of the cool retro colors. That is neat. Few items left here. Now, I may have shown my hand on knowing there was a poster in here, but we did get a poster every one of the 4 crates last year, and they're going to follow that same plan this year, I think, and if so, I'm here for it. We've got a Fight Night Feel type poster from Full Gear in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We have Kenny Omega versus Hangman Adam Page. So these are 18 by 24 posters. You could frame these and hang them up or just kind of hang them up on the wall. I really like them. I mean, I have a garage full of sports posters and things like that. So it kind of goes with that scheme. I've got a few of them out there. I've got, one of my favorite ones in here. And, maybe this will make the cut and go in here. I don't know. Right now I have Jericho and Hangman up there from the first All Out. So I really like these posters. Keep up the good work on these. Keep making them. I enjoy them. All right. We've got 2 items left in here. This item, at first when I saw the black, I was like, I thought we had maybe another t-shirt or something. No, it's a Drawstring Bag. This is October. Spooky season, if you will. Halloween season. We've got a trick-or-treat bag, courtesy of Darby Allin. So you see like the pumpkin there. It's like half his face and then kind of half the jack-o'-lantern, if you will. And then it says Darby Allin, Seattle, Washington, 1993. Now, I'm not exactly sure, but I guess 1993 is probably when Darby Allin was born, which makes me feel old. But, hey, I'm old, and it is what it is. So that's cool, Maybe I can get one of my nephews to take this out on the town and fill it up with candy for me on Halloween. So last but not least here, and then we'll circle around the bin, we have our 8x10. Now, I did notice last year the autographs that we got were not listed. The autographs we got in these All Elite crates were not listed as part of those wrestlers. It was always somebody else. So I thought that was going to be the case this time around. I've already opened all these up, so that's not. It is somebody on that list. We've got Abaddon. Now we don't see Abaddon much, if at all, on Dynamite or Rampage. I think she's on Dark a lot. I don't have enough time to watch that, every week. But Abaddon is a very unique character, and I hope she gets a chance to show her stuff again here soon. So we're going to circle around the bend, go over what we got, and then I'll get you out of here so you can go, watch somebody else's videos. Pro Wrestling Tees themselves do put out these unboxings now. They didn't start doing that, so I used to get more views because nobody was watching theirs. They put theirs out now. I had to avoid spoilers from that for a couple days, but I did. So circling around the bend, we have Abaddon. Sometimes my buddy Dave Canning does these videos. If so, check his out, Dave See the Voice. We have our pin, the 7-star FTR. We have our Jericho Appreciation Society patch. We have our cool micro brawler here of Sammy Guevara. He's not necessarily the most popular person in the locker room right now, but I'm going to go ahead and open this up. You've probably seen me do this before. With this new style packaging, you just barely pull this back here, and then the card slides right out. So you could then put it back together like that, and it looks like you never really opened it. I mean, you don't want to do that and sell it to somebody and tell them you never opened it, but just for your personal collection, you could do that. Or you can do whatever you want, really. But so we got Sammy Guevara here. It seems like that sign, it's the same material that the rest of the brawler is. So I don't know if you write on there, I don't know if that's going to come off or not, but you could write something on there. I don't know, it might come off. We'll experiment with that at a different time. And then he's got the real toyetic gear that he always has. I think it's Sandra in the back at AEW that makes his gear. And she's always hooking him up with some cool stuff. So that's neat. I like it. We had our trick-or-treat bag from Darby Allin. Our hook chip clip. Our Fight Night Feel poster of Kenny and Hangman. And then we've got our t-shirts here. So we have the Young Bucks kind of on a piece of paper. Looks like some school time doodles, if you will. And then we have our Samoa Joe shirt, just kind of looking like a badass, if you will. So those were all fun. I love these crates. We're not going to get another one of these, for 3 more months. But we're going to get another pro wrestling crate here in like a week. So subscribe to this channel and you'll see those soon. I am going to take a look at this card that came with it just to see if there's any interesting names. That Samoa Joe t-shirt, they're calling it Buster. The Young Bucks t-shirt, they're calling it Recess. And let's see if we have anything else here. These micro brawlers they don't have a chase version in the All Elite crate. So usually I'm reading off, how many chase versions there are of the lapel pin and the micro brawler, but that's not the case with the All Elite crate. So that's all we've got. We don't have a list of who's going to be in the next one. They're going to put that out, soon, I think. Actually, that might already be out, but they don't actually print it on here. So subscribe to my channel. You'll see that next one. You'll see all my pro wrestling crates. You won't miss anything. And I really appreciate you sticking in here. Thanks a lot. Peace.